Good morning again. The topic we have today is intrapersonal intelligence. This is one of the intelligence that Howard Gardner brought forth, discovered, because somewhere the intelligence, when we talk about it, we take it as academic or head level or cognitive intelligence. We casually mention that she is very intelligent. That means she can score well, she can speak well, she has made a good living for herself, things like that. As to how she appears in the society, in the family, in the world around. And Howard Gardner brought this forth and he says, okay, there could be mathematical intelligence, where they're good with logic and math and numbers. There could be linguistic intelligence, good with language, picking up new vocabulary and things like that. So one of the other ones, which is little deeper, is the intrapersonal intelligence, one of my favorites. This is how Howard Gardner defines it as it's a capacity to know myself deeply and accurately. I could say that, she is very arrogant. You know, on what basis am I making that comment? Is it just at a head level lip service? I don't like her behavior and I just remark it. Or have I gone deep down into myself somewhere? She's reflecting my own characteristics, and I do not like my own arrogant nature, and it is coming as a comment expressing myself. We don't know. And many of the times we just talk just to fill in that quiet space. So, intrapersonal intelligence is about becoming aware of my inner world. We talked about these things, have in the earlier discussions, where I stay in authority. I have that inner peace. I am maintaining silence deliberately. All of that to know what I'm thinking right now, to know what my emotions are right now, to see what motivates me, what are my fears, my values, my strengths, my weaknesses, my limitations. Right? Do I know them? And intrapersonal intelligence is that one which helps me understand myself. So somewhere we begin with some reflective exercises. Any incident happens, that a person snaps back at me. I don't jump into conclusions, but then I begin to reflect. There are steps in this again. Initially we we just react. I get angry, I get upset, I blame, I complain. But then if I'm aware, I also realize that such incidents keep repeating in my life. They keep coming. It could be a friend one time, a neighbor one time, a stranger one time, but that feeling of how the feeling that I get when something similar happens, the patterns repeat. That is when I need to wake up, or at least I feel that discomfort in my body and I don't want to suffer that anymore. And I somehow want to establish that peace and harmony with myself. And I start looking within. Initially, it's like, okay, I complain to someone else that she was very arrogant and she did not even listen to the suggestion I gave. She's just useless, generic comment, and the other person will also kind of align with it, and I go to such people who align with me, so we gossip about the third person. But then when I see a lot of this happening in my life, I need to come back and say, what is it that she said that was wrong? A little deeper. Maybe her tone was not good. Maybe the choice of words hurt me, whatever. Again, situations keep happening. And next time when I'm aware, I need to look at what could be her situation that is making her talk like that. That humility that I have for her. Understand that she may not be aware and I may not be completely aware of her situation. So let me not judge. Let me not label her that she's very arrogant. Maybe there is something that is bothering her that is making her talk like this. But still, I'm hurt. I still have that feeling in my head that she didn't listen to me. She was arrogant. She didn't have right choice of words, whatever. So these are all steps. So initially, I just label and blame. Then I even stop and think what could be happening, what is that irritated me. Then maybe understand that what kind of situation would she have been in that it made her speak like that. And then it is like, what can I do now? People are people. They are going to say whatever they have to say. And same situation, another person will use another set of words. They may start talking. They may pull me into deeper conversations or label me, judge me openly. Worse may happen. But then at this time, it's like, what is it that I need to do? There is somewhere you are beginning to take that responsibility because I am getting hurt. She is the way she is, but I am getting hurt. So, what is it that I need to do? And that is where you touch upon this intrapersonal intelligence, understanding myself deeply and accurately. When this situation happens, when someone says something to me that hurts my decision or feelings, then I defend or I withdraw because this is what is my belief and I'm holding on to it strongly, which may no longer be true. I still am not taking any action about it. I'm just trying to understand my own belief pattern that is getting triggered. Right. And ultimately, if I then take up the self-reflective practice, and see, this is exactly when somebody says something, it's hurt because it's going back to my survival or coping pattern when I was younger. And that helped me then, doesn't happen. Now, what will I do? How will I take care of myself? Even before this pattern gets triggered. So it's like recognizing the pattern and with the self-reflective practices, understand that this is the pattern. Someone says something and then I snap back, I gossip, I withdraw, I keep distance from this person, and then I lose friendship. And similarly, maybe I've moved away from many people. That's a pattern. So the minute I see someone approaching me or in that kind of a body language or space, I'll just take deep breath. I say, I'll come back and talk to you in a few minutes. Or let's sit down, have a glass of water, then we'll talk. Any of those situations may come up according to the situation. That is when we are breaking the pattern somewhere in this whole process. And my experience, the end result, the outcome of that interaction will not be the same like it was before. Right? I witnessed this situation one time. We were driving somewhere, and the person who's supposed to oblige, pay attention to elders or whatever, must be allowed to sit in the front seat next to the driver. But that's the expectation. That was the expectation in that environment. that she should give up her seat for her, someone who was elder in that group. But she happily sat in the front. So the discussion is behind the scene now, that she doesn't even pay attention. She doesn't even look around, look at the way she's walking and all of that. But when you deeply introspect, I don't think she had any such thing at all. She just wanted to sit in the front to get a view. That's it. She didn't care, because anyway, the elderly person sitting in the front will not pay attention to any of this. They'll be happy back in the back seat. Let her sit in the front. But people who are sitting, for them it is relational dynamics. She should pay respect, and somewhere people are associating respect with giving them the opportunity first. If she had asked, do you want to sit in the front? I would like to sit and see whatever. And if you would like to sit there, I would be happy to sit in the back. But if you don't care, then I would prefer to sit in the front. Maybe the elders would have been happier. But nobody has developed that level of sensitivity. But for me, if I'm suffering because of that, then I need to develop it. That's all it is. All these discussions we are having is mostly for me to take that responsibility. So I can be happy continuously forever. I mean, that is what I want to be, but I'm not. Many situations trigger me, and even if I am happy 5 times during the whole day for 2 minutes each, it's like the most happy day for me. Or many of us are comfortable with that comfort zone of suffering. Getting out of it is painful. That's when the intrapersonal intelligence comes into picture. Am I truly happy? Or are people around me truly happy because of the way I am? And from there, begin to look at what is triggering in me. In me, it's not about what people do. People do whatever they do, and I have tried many times to complain, to blame, to label, to fight. Nothing has changed. We know that. And why do I allow the same patterns to repeat? Somewhere I am discounting myself, not upholding my own values, not respecting my own self. And if I am disrespecting myself, chances are I don't respect others either. Because there are expectations, unsaid expectations. So there is not just the environment that is getting spoiled, because I could be passive aggressive. I don't like the environment. I could just get into arguments and fights. I could get depressed and create that environment around me. Many, many different things happen, and we all have experienced all these different things in different times of my life with the different people. So, somewhere to use this ability of mind to reflect could be, you could journal it. You could just go off into silence, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you go for a walk without your mobile and just begin thinking, what's bothering me now? Very, very simple things which would not even have occurred to you. Let's say, I always make this a policy, especially in a school setting. I'm given coffee in a cup, and other teachers are given coffee in a plastic glass or paper glass or something else. Somewhere there is differentiation. And for me, that doesn't feel right. And I have also seen, I've worked with somebody And it was like a hot afternoon. She was head of the school. She's sitting in a chamber. The fan, the stand-up fan, focused on her, not even rotating. And many people are coming, parents are coming, they're sitting down to talk with her, walk back. She did not have courtesy to at least have the fan going around. She had to get the air all the time. Maybe she was not even aware. Maybe she would like collapse if there was no air blowing at her face. Maybe, I don't know. But then it appears she was so oblivious to others' needs. So all these simple, small things that happen where I'm either treated a little higher or a little lower, the discrimination part, we go into spirals. If I can take a moment there and then go back, what does that truly tell me about myself? Is it that they are disrespecting me, or is it that I have somehow disrespected myself? And every small thing that comes into my space is a proof, is an evidence that I should not be respected enough. And I go into that spiral. So, somewhere, this is the intrapersonal intelligence offers us an access to my own feeling life. It is that ability to discriminate amongst these feelings. Am I feeling the lack of respect, or am I understanding the situation? It's just labeling them. Right now, I do not feel comfortable. And sometimes you adjust and you're taken for granted. And that also bothers us. Why is the question that only deep reflection will answer you. Adjustment is a very respected quality. Oh, she's very flexible. She adjusts to all situations. But then when you're made to adjust and someone takes the front seat or someone has the fan air blowing at them, it hits back to you. And you say, I'm taken for granted here. Can I still be okay with that? Or can I develop that courage to assert? Or can I just say to that principal, I feel suffocated in my room because there is no air that I get when I sit with you talking. Would you mind having the fan spin around? Can I? If not, should I develop it? Maybe. It would take time. But then, bottom line is, I want to be at peace. I want to assert my inner authority. I want to stay grounded and not give in. So think about it as to what is guiding my behavior. Others will accept whatever it is, their experiences, it will guide them. But uh, understanding myself, I will know that something is there. Maybe my destiny. We have beautiful ways of saying it, it's my karma, and just adjust. Don't worry, we cannot do anything. These are all beliefs and somehow allowing us to escape and not confront it, not outgrow it, not transform it. And the problem with that is maybe I'm okay with adjusting. There are many people who are also appreciated for adjusting and all of that. The impact it has on the children. We have been adjusting to the political systems. We have been adjusting to the family systems, the societal systems, though they're not helping humanity at all. And we are not happy because of that. So somewhere if all of these becomes important to us, then I need to begin understanding myself. a little deeper, a little more accurately. It is not like, oh, I have this belief system, so I am afraid of rejection, and this is the normal thing. Yeah, fine, you have understood at one level, but also understand it accurately. Is that required now? Is that true in every situation, or is it only with some people? People in certain positions or people in authority that you feel rejected? Am I behaving in a universal way, in the same way with in all situations without hypocrisy? Am I in integrity? Or am I hiding in some places and I'm being like a terror in the other place? Why is that difference? And try to narrow that difference so people can trust you. When I know, when I say something, I know that's how I'm going to be no matter where I am, in whose company, in what kind of a situation. So, we could see that, children generally are quiet, they're inward, they're sensitive, and we kind of want them to come out and speak and showcase their intelligence, because we think they're dumb and they're not expressing whatnot, but they could be operating out of this intrapersonal intelligence. They want to take it slow, they want to take it easy, they want to take it one at a time. Could be. We don't know. So only when I exercise my reflective abilities will I be able to create that environment in which children will feel safe to sit and explore, to sit and reflect, to not be rushed to perform, and even ask that question, why did I feel so bad when something happened? Why did I cry? Why did I snap back? That is actually building that intrapersonal awareness. Of course, this develops slowly. It is a conscious effort to begin with, especially for those of us who are not naturally inclined to have this intelligence, or who don't, not inclined, but not naturally have it. And now that I'm inclining towards it, need to be patient with it. You know, in a safe environment with somebody that I know, I can explore it and get their opinion, try it in bits and pieces, get some quiet time for myself, establish some rhythm for myself. Some artistic expression will help me slow down. Why am I painting the way I'm painting? Why I'm choosing this particular color? Something that will help you get started in knowing myself. And once that is established, then I can go to the next level. Do I know myself accurately? And it's a process, trust me. It takes, again, I don't want to say it takes a lot of time. For some of us, it may just come to us just like that. For some of us, it may take longer time. But bottom line is, if I'm not happy on daily basis due to people around me, environment around me, the clothes I have, the power situation, whatever that is, if I'm not able to contain myself, then there is, and I have a need to be happy, then I need to begin this reflective practices that's going to help me understand myself a little bit more correctly, and thereby help me understand others as well. So we'll close it with this. Thank you.